In the world, there are people with special abilities. Not only can they cut through steel pipes with just a wave of their hand, but they can also build houses using only their minds. However, these individuals are at the bottom of society. To survive, they are forced to take the lowest paying jobs. At first, their status was much higher. During the early stages of city construction, people with special abilities were in high demand. They used their powers to make significant contributions to the development of cities. But over time, machines gradually replaced them, and their abilities posed safety risks. As a result, this group began to be marginalized. One day, Jack, who has the power to control electricity, went to work at the construction site as usual. He was late, so his boss deducted half a day's wages. Though he was angry, Jack had no choice but to endure it, as his mother was suffering from a terminal illness and he needed the money. Soon, the police and drones arrived. They conducted routine checks on the workers. At that moment, the drone identified one of the workers as a wanted criminal. The man was escorted to a police car, but suddenly, he attacked the officers, then turned and fled. Two robots descended from the drones and immediately shot the man dead. Jack's workday was ruined again. The next day, an illegal organization noticed Jack's electrical abilities and offered him a high salary to join them. Jack didn't want to break the law, but for his mother's sake, he reluctantly agreed. That evening, Jack went with them to a chemical factory. The leader, Quinn, instructed him to sabotage the power grid at the entrance. Jack grabbed the iron fence with both hands and within moments, short-circuited the electrical grid. Afterward, they successfully stole the necessary chemicals. Jack enjoyed the easy money, but it wasn't long before Quinn contacted him again. This time, Quinn proposed robbing a bank. If everything went smoothly, Jack would get $20,000, enough to pay for his mother's treatment. Jack decided to do this one last job. However, his control over electricity wasn't strong enough to handle the power systems of a bank. So, Quinn began special training for him. At first, Jack could only control a single light bulb, but after a few days, he was able to control 10 or more bulbs simultaneously and even generate electromagnetic pulses. When Jack was ready, they began their mission. That afternoon, they stormed the bank and took control of all the security guards. Jack walked up to the vault door and released an electromagnetic pulse, disabling the bank's security system. However, when they entered the vault, they discovered that only $50,000 was left. All the cash had been removed by headquarters before they arrived. They had no choice but to flee with the little money they had. At that critical moment, the drones locked onto their positions. Jack released a high-voltage surge, frying the robots inside the drones. They managed to escape successfully.